Are you a person who keeps annoying people around you so much that you constantly experience problems with communication?
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
The conclusion is that most likely you are a toxic person with toxic behaviors. And in this video, we'll discuss how to stop being one. Toxic people. We all know who they are. Do you complain and spread negativity all the time? Do you judge people and situation even before meeting or experiencing them? Do you think that the world owes you? Do you choose lies as a way of living? Are you a person who never says sorry and thank you? Do you discourage people with their new ideas and future plans? Are you annoyed when you wake up every morning? Do you control every step of your partner or your friend? Are you displaying consistent anger or aggression? All these traits are the traits of a toxic person. These traits will never bring you far in life because people hate toxicity. Nobody in this world likes negative, dissatisfied, and heavy people. And I'm not talking about weight right now. Oftentimes, people don't even know that they are toxic. Recognizing and acknowledging toxic behaviors within ourselves can be incredibly challenging because we subconsciously think that we are always right. But it is an essential step towards personal growth and developing healthier relationships. Toxic people are always unhappy. As we all know, life is a very complex thing with all the violence and injustice going on. Unfortunately, people who exhibit toxic behaviors may be struggling with their own emotional pain and personal issues. These experiences can shape their perspectives, attitudes, and behaviors, leading to toxic patterns in their interactions with others. People who are doing great, who are happy, who are satisfied with their lives, will never exhibit toxic behaviors. So it is important to approach individuals with toxic behaviors with empathy and understanding, even though it may be very hard sometimes. When somebody is toxic to you, the first reaction you get will be something like WTF, I should be babysitting this adult, I am not a psychologist here, and this person should do better and should learn some basic communication. While it can be challenging, offering support and empathy can be a great way to create more positive environment for both parties involved. However, it is important to recognize that toxic behavior is not excusable and justified regardless of past experiences. It remains the individual's responsibility to seek personal growth, healing, and addressing their toxic behaviors to create the better quality of life. I want to clarify that we are all upset sometimes. You might have a bad day or you are simply on your period. You can be angry or anxious in a controlled environment like your house. This is not the toxic I'm talking about. There is a slim line between toxicity and between expressing yourself to the close people after a hard day. If you once in a while showed traits of toxicity and then you understood that you were wrong, you went and apologized to the person like a reasonable human being. This is not the toxicity I'm talking about. I'm talking about toxicity that goes beyond occasional expressions of frustration or negative emotions. I am talking about toxicity as a state of mind and soul when these features become a part of your personality.
So how do we become less toxic?
How do we address our toxicity as self-aware adults who strive for improvement and personal growth? The first one and the most important one is acknowledging that you have negative and toxic traits. You will agree with me that you can't fix things when you don't even consider them as a problem. Think about how often you hurt people, that they ignore you and never invite you to hang out with them. How often you bring only problems in your friendship or in your relationship and no solutions. How often you change partners. How often you change your job because you can't get along with your colleagues. If you can't evaluate yourself, don't hesitate to seek help. Ask your parents or anybody who is close to you.
Am I too much?
Am I boring? Am I complaining too much? Ask precise questions and not only am I toxic, because most likely people will be afraid to hurt your feeling and they will not tell you the truth. Listen attentively and be open to receiving their input without becoming defensive. After your toxicity is confirmed,
Don't be upset.
You did an amazing job, you are good, you acknowledged your problems, and you are one step closer to becoming a better version of yourself. Write down all your negative traits on a piece of paper so you know what you are working with. The next step may require a lot of work by looking at your past and memorizing all the experiences from your past. You have to find the root of the problem. What causes this toxicity? Is it a childhood trauma or the way my parents treated me? Is it a broken heart from my first relationship that didn't work out? Is it the money problem and inability to improve my earning capacity? It might sound easier than it really is, so in this case, don't wait until it becomes worse. Seek the guidance of a therapist or a counselor. It can be immensely helpful in understanding the root of your toxic behavior. A trained professional can provide a safe and non-judgmental space for exploration and help you uncover underlying traumas, belief systems, or past experiences that may contribute to your behavior. There is nothing wrong with attending a therapist, and there is nothing to be ashamed of. It's a great thing that helps you go through life and cope with life problems. If you don't feel comfortable visiting the therapist or simply don't have budget for it, read books, articles, or attend workshops that focus on fostering healthier relationships and personal growth. By gaining knowledge and understanding toxic behaviors, you can better identify and address them in yourself. Your focus should be on you and ways to improve you. The next step is to be mindful of your behavior and how it affects other people in your everyday life. Think 10 times before doing or saying anything. Your mind should be there. Bring mindfulness to the moment. Self-awareness is all you need. Encourage and praise yourself every day in the evening in bed. I wanted to say something negative, but I stayed silent and I did a pretty amazing job here. I am doing great, I am proud of myself, and I am moving in the right direction. To have fewer issues and negative emotions with people, start respecting boundaries. I talk about boundaries a lot, and this is what I absolutely love about Canada. People here are very respectful and focused on themselves. It's very different here compared to a lot of cultures where you care about your neighbor more than about yourself. Learn to assert your needs and desires while respecting the boundaries of others. This can help prevent toxic behaviors such as controlling or manipulating tendencies. Remember, personal growth is a continuous process and it requires time and effort. It can take years, so reduce your expectations and don't rush. Stop blaming yourself for every mistake that you make. We are all living the first time and it's completely normal to make mistakes. Be patient, kind, and compassionate with yourself. And remember, it's never too late to work towards becoming a healthier and more positive version of yourself. Someday you will be incredibly proud for doing all this hard work. If you have any questions left, or would like to share your self-discovery journey, please leave it in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in the next video.